Greetings. I would like to welcome each and every one of our family members to our 2021-2022 curriculum night here in McNair Discovery Learning Academy, where we are learning together and full STEM ahead. I am Mr. Wells, the proud principal of McNair Discovery Learning Academy, and I'm going on my fourth year here and so honored to be the principal at this fine school. Vision at McNair Discovery Learning Academy is to collaborate with all stakeholders to provide a safe and productive learning environment that equips our students with 21st century skills such as communicating, collaborating, critical thinking, problem solving, and being innovative leaders in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics within our global society. The mission at Ronald E. McNair Discovery Learning Academy engages students in hands-on, real-world learning experiences through developmentally appropriate and innovative practices embedded in STEM that allows our students to discover and apply 21st century learning skills in our global society. At McNair, we are preparing our scholars to be 21st century leaders. McNair, we have identified four priority areas that we want to focus on in order to move our students to that next level. Our first priority area is in reading. By the end of the 2021-2022 school year, we will improve student mastery and literacy through academically rigorous standards as measured by a 3% increase from the 2020 ELA achievement score of 28.46% to 30.48%, based on the Content Mastery CCRPI score. We also, by the end of the 2021-2020 school year, we will improve student mastery and literacy through academically rigorous standards for our SWD students as well, by a 3% increase from the 2020 ELA achievement score of 8.75% to 11.56%, based on that content mastery of CCRPI score. Our second priority area is mathematics. And by the end of the 2021-2022 school year, we will improve student mastery in math through academically rigorous standards as measured by a 3% increase from the 2020 math achievement score of 34.69% to 36.71%, based on the Content Mastery CCRPI score. By the end of that 2021-2022 school year, we will improve student mastery in math through academically rigorous standards for our SWD population as measured by a 3% increase from the 2020 math achievement score of 11.25% to 14.02%, based on that content mastery CCRPI score. We want to make sure that we find ways of improving our student achievement in reading and mathematics and also our student growth. Next priority area is our school climate and school culture. By the end of the 2021-2022 school year, we will improve school culture and climate as measured by a 10% decrease in discipline referrals from the 2018-2019 Swiss data. The 2021 school year data was immeasurable due to the short face-to-face time as a result of the pandemic. So we want to continue to work with our various strategies of our PBIS program to work on improve our school culture and school climate. Our final priority area, which is STEM, by the end of the school year, we will improve student mastery of academically rigorous learning standards and science by first, mastery of standards on teacher-created assessments. Second, analyze and planning based on benchmark assessments. And third, increasing percentage of all and SWD students fifth grade in the developing or higher category in science by 3% as measured by the Georgia milestone. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact myself, Mr. Sean Wells, the principal, at Sean, SHAUN _ Wells, WELLS, at DeKalbSchoolsGA.org, or Ms. Rhonda Floyd Turner, our assistant principal, at Rhonda, RHONDA _ Floyd, FLOYD, -Turner TURNER at decabschools.ga.org. Or you could reach us at the school office number at 678-875-3402. Again, I am so excited to be with you this year as we embark on this wonderful journey of educational growth and achievement. Please, let's have a great year, and I'll see you in our virtual hallways. Thank you.
Welcome to Curriculum Night for Ronald E. McNair Discovery Learning Academy, pre-kindergarten. Meet the teachers, Ms. Perry and Ms. Price, Ms. Williams and Ms. Weems. Pre-kindergarten parent orientation video. Please take a few minutes to go to YouTube and watch the video so you can learn more about pre-kindergarten. There you're going to learn about standards for pre-kindergarten, and you're going to learn about curriculum and language arts, math, social studies, science, and health. Next, you're going to see the pre-kindergarten parent brochure. Please click the website below, and it's DeKalb, Georgia government, and there's going to be documents there and the family handbook. It's a good idea to print that out so you can have it to refer to. Our daily schedule includes the following: small groups with 6 to 8 students. This includes math, science, social studies, literacy, writing, and reading. 2 books are read daily. Large group literacy, activities with letters, words, reading, and writing. Phonological awareness, activities with sounds, music, and movement breaks. Phonics, we will work on letter sounds, beginning, middle, and ending sounds of words, word families, and rhyming words. Readers Workshop, and we focus on story elements and comprehension of stories.
Frog Street. In Frog Street Pre-K curriculum supports every aspect of your child's development: physical, social, emotional, cognitive, and linguistic. One important focus is the development of language and literacy skills. Children learn skills through the playful, child-centered activities that ensure they maintain their love of language as they develop their ability to decipher it. Specials. Pre-K students do not participate in other classes in math. Small group and whole group math lessons occur daily. Students work on number recognition and writing 1-to-1 ratio, greater than and less than, counting to 100, counting objects, 2D and 3D shapes, and addition and subtraction. Social studies and science. In social studies, we will learn about community helpers, maps, American symbols, naming the days of the week, the months of the year, and community holidays and events. In science, we will work on understanding our 5 senses, force and different types of motion about living and non-living things, and the day and night sky. Grading and reporting. Pre-kindergarten does not send home report cards. Ongoing assessments occur. When a student masters a skill, the teacher will provide more challenging skills for students to master. Parent-teacher conferences occur in December and May for updates on student progress and skills expectation. Important information. Weekly reminders. Red folders go home weekly with important information from the school. Please return the folders by Thursday so that we may continue to communicate with you throughout the year. PBIS. This is our positive behavior intervention system that encourages students to keep following directions. Our SOAR expectations are safety and self-control, ownership, academic excellence, and respect for self and others.
Name recognition is very important. Please work on helping your child recognize and write her or his name. Snacks. We have snacks every day that are donated by the parents. Please follow the snack calendar and plan to send snacks for 22 students. No nuts, please. COVID procedure. Cover our faces with masks or coverings. Clean up and clasp our hands, wash them with soap and water for 20 seconds, and avoid touching your face. Create a safe space by practicing social distancing. 6 feet apart from others. Please stay at home if you feel ill. Thank you for taking the time to view our curriculum expectations. We look forward to working with you this exciting year that will be filled with engaging learning.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the McNair Discovery Learning Academy Curriculum Night, Learning Together Full STEM Ahead. Who are we? The vision of Ronald E. McNair Discovery Learning Academy is to collaborate with all stakeholders to provide a safe and productive learning environment that equips our students with 21st century skills such as communicating, collaborating, critical thinking, problem solving, and being innovative leaders in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics within our global society. Our mission: Ronald E. McNair Discovery Learning Academy engages students in hands-on real-world learning experiences through developmentally appropriate and innovative practices embedded in STEM that allows our students to discover and apply 21st century learning skills in our global society. And here is the wonderful kindergarten team. You have Miss Stuckey, Miss Crawford, Miss Rhodes, Miss Worthy, Miss Carter, Miss Lily, and Miss Powell. Classroom schedule. This is what a typical day in our classroom looks like. 7:30 to 8 o'clock interventions, 8 to 8:40 social studies, 8:45 to 9:25 specials, art, STEM, music or PE, 9:30 to 10:20 English language arts, 10:30 to 11 o'clock lunch, 11:05 to 11:15 UBT unstructured break time, 11:20 to 12 o'clock English language arts continues, 12:05 to 1:25 math, 1:25 to 1:55 science, and 2 o'clock to 3:30 administrative team meeting. Math units. These are the math units that will be covered this year. Unit 1, Counting with Friends. Unit 2, Comparing Numbers. Unit 3, Sophisticated Shapes. Unit 4, Addition and Subtraction. Unit 5, Measuring and Analyzing Data. Our ELA units. Here are the ELA units for the year. Unit 1, We Are All Learning Together. Unit 2, Building a Community of Readers. Unit 3, Recalling the Details. Unit 4 is All Connecting. Unit 5, Seeing the Big Picture. And Unit 6, Reaching New Levels. Here are our science units of the year. Unit 1, Classification. Unit 2, Living and Non-Living. Unit 3, Classifying Organisms. Unit 4, Motion. Unit 5, Rocks and Soil. And Unit 6, Space and Technology. Our social study units for the year. Unit 1, American Symbols. Unit 2, Working and Celebrating Together. Unit 3, Character Traits and Leaders. And Unit 4, Our World. Here are the different types of writing we will do in kindergarten. Narrative. Compose narrative pieces in which they narrate a single event or loosely linked events. Write about events in order and provide a reaction. Informational explanatory. Compose informative explanatory text in which they name what they are writing about and provide some information about it. Opinion. Compose opinion pieces in which they tell the reader the topic or the name of the book they are writing about and state an opinion or preference. Please take a look at the different type of writing. kindergarten assessments and reporting. GKIS is a progression-based formative assessment integrated into classroom work that is aligned to the Georgian Standards of Excellence. It provides teachers with one source of real-time information to adjust instruction by identifying what a student already knows, what the student needs next, and by allowing the teacher to monitor growth. Measures of academic progress, MAP, is a computerized adaptive test which helps teachers, parents, and administrators improve learning for all students and make informed decisions to promote a child's academic growth. Your child will have a universal screener 3 times a year, in the fall, in the winter, and spring. We do ongoing assessments that identify where children need more assistance and what skills children have mastered. Students are challenged at their individual levels through differentiated instruction. Lastly, we send home report cards in kindergarten twice a year, in the winter and spring. Please take a look at the kindergarten assessments and reporting. Communication. All kindergarten teachers can be reached via email, Class Dojo, phone, or Verge. If you need any information or have questions regarding communication, please notify your child's teacher between the hours of 7 to 4 o'clock p.m. Virtual classroom expectations. At our school, we follow the PBIS matrix, positive behavior interventions and support. This matrix helps support school safety and good behavior. Please take a look at our school virtual classroom expectations, safety first, ownership, academic excellence, and respect for self and others. Our matrix continues. Please take a look at our matrix. In-person classroom expectations. Here is our matrix for our in-person students. Safety first, ownership, academic excellence, and respect for self and others. Cafeteria, hallway, school bus, restroom, and playground. Please take a look and view our PBIS in-person matrix. Our resources. These are the kindergarten resources. Brain Pop Junior, Pebble Go, Classworks, Splash Learn, Verge, Get Epic, and iReady. Please get with your child's teacher to get the login information. Any questions? Please don't hesitate to reach out to your child's teacher. The email, Class Dojo, phone call, or Verge. Let's have a great year.
Welcome to the first grade presentation for McNair Discovery Learning Academy Curriculum Night. Let's start by meeting the first grade teachers. On our first grade teacher team, we have Mrs. Bishop, Miss Hardaway, Miss Waller, and Miss Wilson. A typical day in a first grade classroom. The students arrive in our classroom at around 7:10, and from 7:10 to 7:30, they eat their breakfast and go through their morning routine. 7:30 to 8 o'clock is our intervention block, which is when students work on just right for me assignments on their own in small groups or meet with the teacher for some instructional time. At 8, we start our ELA or reading and writing block, which goes until 9:30 and is when we work on our first grade standards as well as have guided reading at a just right for me level for each of the students. From 9:30 to 10 is social studies and 10:05 to 10:30 is science. 10:40 to 11:10 is lunch, and 11:15 to 11:30 is recess. 11:45 to 12:25 is specials. However, on Tuesday, our specials are extended, and we have a very shortened math block. And on Wednesdays, we don't have specials and have an extended math block. Our math block is from 12:30 to 1:50, and we work on our first grade standards as well as have guided math at a just right for me level for the students. And dismissal begins at 1:50. Now, we do have some whole class bathroom breaks. Those times vary by class, but there are generally a few throughout the day. Let's talk about what we're learning in each of our subjects. In English Language Arts, which is our reading and writing block, we start out with a unit called Here We Go Rituals and Routine, and we ask and answer questions about key details in both fiction and nonfiction texts. In Unit 2, Telling Our Stories, we work on retelling stories using key details and the central message for our fiction text and identifying the main topic and key details in nonfiction text. And we write using sequencing of events. In Unit 3, Making Connections, we compare and contrast within stories, identify differences between fiction and nonfiction texts, write informative and explanatory pieces, use standard English grammar and usage in speaking and writing. In Unit 4, This and That, we continue identifying differences between fiction and nonfiction texts, identify text features, write opinion pieces, and use words with nuance in descriptions. In Unit 5, Going Places, we compare and contrast stories, ask and answer questions to find meaning, write narratives, use simple and compound sentences, use a variety of sentence types, including declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. In Unit 6, Wonderful World, we identify feeling words in poetry, ask and answer questions to clarify meaning, write narratives and poems, describe with clarity, and use standard English grammar and usage. Writing, which is included in our ELA, involves asking and answering questions using complete sentences, narrative writing using sequencing of events, writing informative and explanatory pieces using standard English grammar and usage, writing opinion pieces using words with nuance, writing narratives using simple and compound sentences and a variety of sentence types, declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory, and writing narratives and poetry using feeling words, descriptions for clarity, and standard English grammar and usage. In social studies, our first unit is on Earth's topography. We learn to locate the continents and oceans, and we also identify and describe types of landforms. In Unit 2, Bringing History to Life, we learn about the contributions of Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, Meriwether Lewis, William Clark, Sacagawea, Theodore Roosevelt, George Washington Carver, and Ruby Bridges. We describe how their lifetime was similar and different to our lives today. In Unit 3, we talk about positive character traits and patriotism. We describe how the historical figures from the last unit display positive character traits such as fairness, respect for others, respect for the environment, courage, equality, tolerance, perseverance, and commitment. We also explore the concept of patriotism through song. We end the year in Unit 4 with Understanding Economics, and we learn how people earn income, and also that people make choices of how to save and spend their money. In science, we're learning about weather and seasons. We learn about weather data, weather patterns, and seasonal patterns of change. Our next unit is light and sound, and we use light and sound to communicate over distance. In Unit 3, magnets, we learn about the effects of magnets on other magnets and on other objects while investigating how magnets attract and repel. Unit 4 is the characteristics of plants, where we learn the basic needs of plants, plant parts, and things about plants. In Unit 5, basic needs of animals, and our review and extension, we learn the basic needs of animals compared to that of plants, and review everything we've learned this year in one final culminating project. Math this year is jam-packed. In Unit 1, we start out by creating routines using data. We work on counting to 120, reading and writing numerals, organizing and interpreting data in various ways. We focus on tally charts and bar graphs. In Unit 2, base 10 number sense and understanding place value, we continue to count within 120 and read and write numerals. And we learn about two-digit numbers as groups of 10 and 1s and continue working with graphs. In Unit 3, operations and algebraic thinking, we use addition and subtraction within 20 to solve word problems. We learn about the commutative property, associative property, subtraction as an unknown addend, and we use various strategies to add and subtract while continuing to work with graphs. In Unit 4, understanding shapes and fractions, we partition circles and rectangles into 2 and 4 equal shares and use appropriate vocabulary, halves, fourths, and quarters, and continue to work with graphs. In Unit 5, applying place value to number operations, we add within 100, including 2-digit to 1-digit, and continue working with graphs. In Unit 6, we finish out the year with sorting, comparing, and ordering, where we learn about the length of objects and use objects to measure with. We also tell time to the hour and half hour on analog and digital clocks and continue working with graphs. So that's what we're learning this year. And you're probably wondering, well, how are we going to get our grades this year? Because in first grade, we start having those regular A, B, C, D, F grades. So here is our grading protocol for the 2021-2022 school year. Formative and diagnostic assessments are worth 0% of the grade. These are like the unit pre-assessments and some other general assessments that we use to see how students are doing with things before we start a unit so that we know where to start if we need to step back and start with reviewing some prerequisite skills, or if we're ready to just jump right in or even extend past our first grade standards. Our assessment tasks, which are skills and homework, are worth 25% of our grade. Classwork, which can be guided, independent, or group practice, is worth 45% of the grade. And assessments of learning, that's quizzes, tests, and big projects, are worth 30% of the grade. Now, there are always questions about things, so it's important to know how to communicate with us. There are many ways in which we will communicate with you and you can communicate with us, including email. Our emails are listed on this slide. Please note that in between our first and last names, there is an underscore. You can also communicate with us via phone call by calling the school and having them transfer you down to our classroom, or communicate with us via Class Dojo. Some teachers have some additional communication methods that they use that you are also welcome to use. School-wide expectations. Part of first grade is learning how we act at school and how to be a good student. At McNair Discovery Learning Academy, we are soaring thoroughbreds, and we soar by being safety first, taking ownership, showing academic excellence, and respect for self and others. Throughout the building, we have our SOAR expectations, as well as in our classroom. The school-wide expectations for the cafeteria, hallway, school bus, restroom, and playground are shown here. Please feel free to pause the video to take an in-depth look. In general, we expect students to be safety first by remaining in their assigned area or where they belong and sitting in a safe manner and keeping things cleaned up and listening to directions, especially when they're directions for keeping us safe. We show ownership by being in control of our own body and keeping our hands and feet to self and our voice at an appropriate level for where we are. We also take ownership of our things and our trash. We show academic excellence, not just in the classroom by doing our best on our assignments, but also by doing things like eating with proper etiquette in the cafeteria or if we're eating in the classroom, to not make a big mess and to not be eating in a way that others find gross. We also show academic excellence by keeping our voices at code 0 or not talking in the hallways and keeping track of our things. We show respect for self and others by doing things like waiting our turn, keeping our hands and feet to self, respecting other people's privacy in the bathroom by not looking under the stalls or over at people when they're at the urinal, and by using kind words. So again, these are our school-wide expectations, and in the classroom, students are also expected to show safety first, ownership, academic excellence, and respect for self and others. And there are specific routines and procedures in each of our classrooms. Some resources commonly used in the first grade are iReady, which is a website that gives a diagnostic test to see where students are at so that it can give them games and assignments that are tailored just to them to help them maximize their learning. There will sometimes be teacher assigned things on there as well that have to do with our first grade standards. We also use ABCYA and BrainPop Junior frequently. This has been a lot of information, and I'm sure you still have some questions. So if you have questions, please feel free to contact your child's teacher. If you need to back the video up to check what your child's teacher's email address is, it was given previously in this presentation. With that, let's have an awesome first grade year. Thank you for joining us for the first grade presentation for McNair Discovery Learning Curriculum Night 2021.
Welcome to McNair Discovery Learning Academy's Curriculum Night. Learning together, full STEM ahead.
Welcome to second grade.
Our classroom schedule begins at 7 a.m. and students are tardy at 7:30. Please familiarize yourself with the classroom schedule and the special schedule.
In math, we are currently on Unit 1, Extended Base 10 Understanding.
In reading English language arts, we're also on Unit 1, Big Ideas, Small Moments.
In science, we are on Unit 1, Life Cycles.
In social studies, we are on Unit 1, R, Georgia.
The grading protocol is as follows.
If you need to communicate with any of your teachers, feel free to contact us at our email addresses or via Class Dojo. Our email addresses are listed below. Our classroom expectations align with our SOAR expectations. Remember to
S stands for safety first.
O, ownership.
A, academic excellence.
and R, respect for self and others. These are some resources that you may use to work with your child at home. If you have any questions about the resources, feel free to reach out to a second grade teacher. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your child's homeroom teacher.
Let's have a great year.
McNair Discovery Learning Academy Curriculum Night, third grade. Learning together, full STEM ahead. Who we are. The vision of Ronald E. McNair Discovery Learning Academy is to collaborate with all stakeholders to provide a safe and productive learning environment that equips our students with the 21st century skills such as communicating, collaborating, critical thinking, problem solving, and being innovators, leaders in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics within our global society. Our mission: Ronald E. McNair Discovery Learning Academy engages students in hands-on real-world learning experiences through developmentally appropriate and innovative practices embedded in STEM that allows our students to discover and apply 21st century learning skills in our global society. Where do we want to go? Priority area number 1, reading. By the end of the 21-22 school year, we will improve student mastery in literacy through academically rigorous standards as measured by a 3% increase from the 2019 ELA achievement scores of 28.46% to 30.48% based on the Content Mastery CCRPI score. Priority area number 2, mathematics. By the end of the 21-22 school year, we will improve student mastery in math through academically rigorous standards as measured by a 3% increase from the 2019 math achievement scores of 34.69% to 36.71% based on the Content Mastery CCRPI score. Priority area number 3, school climate culture. By the end of the 21-22 school year, we will improve school culture and climate as measured by a 10% decrease in discipline referrals from 723 referrals to 650 referrals based on the 2019-2020 SWIS data.
Introducing our third grade team. We have Miss Jones, Miss Ivory, Miss Smallwood, Miss Satterwhite, Miss Ozuna, Miss Cersei, and Miss James. Classroom schedule. Breakfast starts 7:30 to 8 o'clock. Math, 8 o'clock to 9:20. ELA, 9:25 to 10:55. UBT, 10:55 to 11:10. Lunch, 11:10 to 11:38. Science, 11:40 to 12:10. Social Studies, 12:15 to 12:45. Specials, 12:45 to 1:50. Dismissal, 1:50 to 2 o'clock. Our math units. Unit 1 starts off with numbers and operations. Unit 2, the relationship between multiplication and division. Unit 3, patterns in multiplication and division. Unit 4, representing and comparing fractions. Unit 5, geometry. Unit 6, measurement. English and Language Arts units. Unit 1, book talk and narratives. Unit 2, cause and effect. Unit 3, narrators and characters point of view. Unit 4, author's information point of view. Unit 5, research to compare and contrast. Unit 6, different stories and experiences. Science units. Unit 1, habitats. Unit 2, pollution. Unit 3, heat. Unit 4, rock and soil. Unit 5, fossils. Social Studies unit. Unit 1, exploring the globe. Unit 2, discovery of North America. Unit 3, European exploration. Unit 4, colonization of North America. Unit 5, understanding government. Unit 6, understanding economics. Writing units. Narrative writing, opinion writing, informational and exploratory writing. Grading protocol 2021 to 2022. Formative and diagnostic assessment. 0%. Assessment tasks, skills and homework, 25%. Classwork, guided, independent, or group practice, 45%. Assessment of learning, quizzes, tests, and projects, 30%.
Communication. Office hours for parents 7 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Email, phone, Class Dojo, Microsoft Teams meeting. Classroom expectations. Dress in uniform, be on time, be ready to learn, be focused.
Resources: Clever, Verge, Infinite Campus, Microsoft Teams, Classworks, DCSD Technology Help Desk.
Let's have a great year! Woo-hoo!
Good evening, McNair Discovery Learning Academy family, and to our fourth grade family and students. Good evening, my name is Mr. Walker, and I will be reviewing our curriculum night for the fourth grade, where we're learning together full steam ahead. Who are we? Who are we as a school, and who are we as the fourth grade team? Our vision of Ronald E. McNair Discovery Learning Academy is to collaborate with all stakeholders to provide a safe and productive learning environment that equips our students with 21st century learning, such as communicating, collaborating, critical thinking, problem solving, and being innovative leaders in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics within our global society. But not only is that our vision, but we also have a mission here at McNair. At Ronald E. McNair Discovery Learning Academy, we'll engage students in hands-on, real-world learning experiences through developmentally appropriate and innovative practices embedded in STEM that allows our students to discover and apply 21st century learning skills in our global society. Now, where do we want to go as a team? Where do we want to go as a school? Where do we want to go in fourth grade? Our priority area in the area of reading is that by the end of 21 and 22 school year, our goal is to increase our scores by 3%. And even for our students with disabilities, our goal is to increase our scores by 3%. Our second area of concern is math. In math, by the end of 21-22, our goal is to increase our scores by 3%. Even with our SWD population, we would like to increase and believe that we can increase our mathematics scores by 3%. Where do we want to go also as a school culture and climate? By the end of 21-22 school year, we will improve the school culture and climate as measured by 10% decrease in discipline referrals from referrals based on 2019 and 2020 as well. Now, to introduce our teachers that are on the fourth grade team. For math and science, which will be a collaborative classroom, you'll have Mr. Brown and Dr. Goffin. For reading and social studies, you'll have Miss C, also known as Miss Johnson Crittenden, as well as Dr. Goffin in the reading and social studies. Then we'll have Mr. May teaching reading and social studies, Miss Sloan teaching math and science, and myself teaching fourth grade resource. If you're wondering what your students or your child's schedule looks like, here it is right in front of you. From 7 a.m. to 1:50 p.m. we have everything laid out and lined out in regards to what your child will be doing. In regards to lunch, we will be having lunch from 11 to 11:30, and you may be seeing that one time frame at 11:30 to 11:45, you see UBT. UBT is simply uninterrupted break time recess. Uninterrupted break time recess. That's where the student has 15 minutes to kind of, do what they want, to kind of go outside and play, just kind of relax before the remainder of the day, before they start back in their content area. Students are dismissed at 1:50. Students are dismissed at 1:50 at the end of the day. Now, we're going to go over what the students will be covering in these various subject areas. If you look first, we have math. Take a couple of moments to look over that. If you have any questions in regards to what the student will be taught in math, or if there's anything that you can do or anything that you want to use at home, please feel free to contact our math teachers, which will be Mr. Brown and Ms. Sloan. They will be able to give you some other resources that you can help with your student at home. Next up, we have our English Language Arts, which is also referred to as ELA. Also, take a couple of moments to look over those units that your student will be going over. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact Ms. C as well as Mr. May, who will be teaching the English Language Arts to our fourth grade students. Now we have science. Again, take a couple of moments to look over science. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact Mr. Brown and Ms. Sloan. Social studies. Contact Mr. May as well as Ms. C for any questions in social studies. Now, we'll also be incorporating writing into the curriculum this year. In regards to writing, these are the areas that we'll be working on with your student: narrative, opinion, informational, and explanatory. Now, for each one of the subject areas, your student will be bringing home a syllabus. The syllabus will go over in detail each one of the units that we discussed, or each one of the units that you saw on the PowerPoint. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact the teacher. The teacher's email address as well as phone number is on the syllabus. If you have any questions, please just feel free to give a call. Also, at the end of the syllabus, there is a sign-off sheet. Please sign that sheet and return it back to your student's homeroom teacher. You can also find the syllabus on Verge as well. Grading protocol. This is the layout for how your student will earn their grade for this year. Now we have our student expectations. Our student expectations are the same as they've always been, and we believe our students can meet them. First, we must be on time and be prepared, complete all assignments at designated times, adhere to student code of conduct, collaborate with peers using respectful language and behaviors, use equipment as outlined in the DCSD policy, prepare workspace and needed materials, and most importantly, communication is key to your success in virtual learning. Communication is key to our students' success as they're learning virtually as well as in the classroom. Parents' expectations. If you take a second to look over the parents' expectations, we're also asking that throughout your day, if you have time as well, or maybe someone else, to have them to read or have your student read at least 20 minutes every day. In order to communicate with our teachers, in order for our teachers to communicate with you, we have several platforms that we'll be using this year, such as Dashboard, which is in Verge. We have our teachers' website, which is on the website for the school. We also have Class Dojo. Then we have Infinite Campus. So there's no reason for us to not be able to communicate with our parents, and also for our parents to be able to communicate with us. Here are some resources as well that you can use in the meantime to help your student that will actually work hand in hand with what your student will be covering inside the classroom. We also want to make sure that we understand that Lexia Core 5 and Symphony Math are designed for our students with disabilities, for the students who are in special education. All these resources that you see can be accessed through Clever. And if you look, this is the Clever icon that you can click, and it will take your student and you directly to that particular content or resource needed. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact the school. Our teachers are willing and available to answer any questions that you may have. You can also send us an email if you have any questions. We look forward to a wonderful and productive year and look forward to working with your student and watching your students soar as well as move forward full steam ahead. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to McNair Discovery Learning Academy Curriculum Night for the 2021-22 school year. Learning together, full steam ahead. Let's find out who we are by sharing our vision and mission. What do we want? Where do we want to go? Our first priority area is priority area number 1, which includes reading. And by the end of the 21-22 school year, we will improve the student mastery and literacy through academically rigorous standards measured by a 3% increase from the 2019 ELA achievement score of 28.46% to 30.48%, based on the content mastery CCRPI score. By the end of the 21-22 school year, we will improve student mastery and literacy through academically rigorous standards for SDW, as measured by a 3% increase from the 2019 ELA achievement score of 8.75% to 11.56%, based on the content mastery CCRPI score. Our second area of priority is mathematics. By the end of the 21-22 school year, we will improve student mastery through academically rigorous standards measured by a 3% increase from the 2019 math achievement score of 34.69% to 36.71%. based on the content mastery CCRPI score. By the end of the 21-22 school year, we will improve student mastery in math through academically rigorous standards for SWD as measured by a 3% increase from the 2019 math achievement score of 11.25% to 14.02%, based on the content mastery CCRPI score. Also, priority area number 3, it will include school culture and school climate. By the end of the 2021 school year, we will improve school culture and climate as measured by a 10% decrease in the discipline referrals from 723 referrals to 650 referrals based on the 2018-19 SWIS data. Here you can meet our teachers for the 5th grade. We have Ms. Cox and Ms. Preston, Dr. White, Mr. Smith, Ms. Townsend, Ms. Means Fleming, Ms. Townsend. Here you have our classroom schedules. This is the schedule that reflects Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Tuesday schedules have extended specials, and Wednesdays have extended content, as you can notice here. From 7 to 7:30, they have breakfast and preparing for the day. 7:30 to 8, school begins. 8 to 8:40, they have their specials. 9 to 10:40, math, science, ELA reading, or ELA social studies. 10:50 to 12, lunch and uninstructed break time. 12 to 1:40, math, science, ELA reading, ELA or social studies. 1:40 to 2, school is dismissed. Here are the subject matters. Math have the different units. There will be 5 units in math. Unit 1, order of operations and whole numbers. Unit 2, decimals. Unit 3, fractions. Unit 4, measurement and data. Unit 5, geometry. English language arts. Unit 1, craft and structure. Unit 2, theme. Unit 3, main ideas. Unit 4, compare and contrast. Unit 5, integrating information. And Unit 6, reasons and evidence. In science, Unit 1, classification. Unit 2, cells and organisms. Unit 3, heredity. Unit 4, physical and chemical change. Unit 5, earth processes. And Unit 6, electricity and magnetism. Social studies, Unit 1, turn of the century. Unit 2, World War I, Great Depression, New Deal, Harlem Renaissance. Unit 3, World War II. Unit 4, the Cold War. Unit 5, Civil Rights and Citizenship. And Unit 6, New Developments, 1975 to 2001. In writing, they will be focusing on narratives, opinion writing, and information and explanatory writing. The grading protocol for the 2021-22 school year, formative and diagnostic assessments. They will have assessment tasks, where it includes skills and homework, 25%, classwork, guided independent or group practice, 45%, and the assessment of learning based on quizzes and tests and projects at 30%. Our communication will be mainly through Class Dojo as well as telephone calls. Classroom expectations. Of course, be ready. Log in a few minutes early for those who are virtual to be ready to start on time. Have your materials and ready to go. Of course, be responsible. Engage in the class by using the hand raise tools or the chat box. Complete assignments. Ask questions when needed. Be respectful. Use appropriate language and avoid distractions. Are there any questions? If not, let's have a great year, and thank you very much.
Hello, this is your special area team, and this is our presentation for Curriculum Night for the school year 2021-22.
Hi, this is Miss T. Taylor here, the STEM lab teacher for the school year. We will begin to explore our world through problem solving with engineering builds, robotics, and coding. In this presentation, we will go over the class schedule, what our units are for the year, our grading protocol, classroom expectations, where to find your resources, and finally, how to contact me. We will have class in the STEM lab Monday through Friday of each week. Each class will come see me in the lab one time a week. On Tuesday and Wednesday, we have extended planning, and those classes will spend 90 minutes with me in the lab. Our schedule starts with 5th grade and ends with 3rd grade on each day. My lunch and planning is from 10:55 to 11:40. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone in the lab.
Here is what we will be covering in STEM this year. Unit 1, we will be going over the basics of STEM. What is STEM and why is it so important? Unit 2 and 3, we will be problem solving. In Unit 2, we will use engineering to problem solve. And in Unit 3, we will use coding and robotics. We're going to wrap it all up at the end in Unit 4 and apply all we have learned about STEM to solve real-world problems. We will follow the DeKalb County Schools grading protocol for the 2021-2022 school year. All formative and diagnostic assessments are 0% of the grade. Assessment tasks such as skills and homework are 25%. Classwork, such as guided, independent, or group activities, are 45% of the grade. Assessments of learning, such as quizzes, tests, and projects, will account for 30% of the scholar's grade. In the STEM lab, we like to keep our expectations small and clear. All scholars are expected to follow the DeKalb County Schools lab safety protocol. Scholars are also expected to adhere to MDLA's SOAR expectations. Also in the lab, we are going to adhere to the 3 C's: work collaboratively, communicate respectfully and effectively, and we will use our creativity. Would you like to get in touch with Ms. T. Taylor? There are 3 easy ways to do so. First, through my district email located on the screen. Also, by phone at 678-875-3494. I also have office hours daily, Monday through Friday, from 1:25 p.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. Please make sure that you give me a call to schedule office hours prior to arriving. Let's have a STEM-tastic year, family. Have a great day.
Welcome to the stables here at McNair DLA, where we train scholars in health and PE. This is Coach Owens, and it is a pleasure to be able to train your scholar this year. I hope that they are ready to have fun. We will be implementing different areas of academic rigor into our health and PE room this year. We will be using math, history, science, and reading in different aspects of our course this year. I hope that they are ready and prepared for an amazing adventure. This year, we will be covering several different units. In our health units, we will be covering mental, emotional, and social health, safety, substance use and abuse, disease prevention, nutrition and fitness, human growth and development, as well as in physical education, we will be covering building a foundation, invasion and target, fitness, net and wall, balance, rhythm, and dance. Here is the schedule for health and PE this semester and this school year. You see that we have 5th grade from 8 to 8:40, kindergarten from 8:45 to 9:25, 2nd grade from 9:30 to 10:10, 4th grade from 10:10 to 10:50, 1st grade from 11:45 to 12:25, and 3rd grade from 12:45 to 1:25. This year on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we have a block schedule where 5th grade will be seen from 8 to 9:30. On Tuesday, kindergarten is from 8 to 9:30 on Wednesday. 2nd grade is from 9:35 to 11:05 on Tuesday. 4th grade is from 9:35 to 11:05 on Wednesday. 1st grade is from 11:50 to 1:20 on Tuesday, and 3rd grade is from 11:50 to 1:20 on Wednesday. Coach Owens is a lot of things, but the one thing that I'd say that I am the most is firm but fair. In the stables, we have four major rules, and they are: number one, I will always treat myself and others with respect. Number two, I will follow all directions the first time given. Number three, I will raise my hand quietly and wait to get permission to do anything. And number four, I will stop and be quiet on the signal. I let these students know that these rules don't just apply in the gym, they apply all over the school, and especially number one and number two also apply for their dealings with their parents. I say that they should not have to repeat themselves to the students at any time, and they should always make sure that they are treating each other with respect. And one of those ways that we are treating each other with respect during COVID is that we're continuing to stay separate, social distance, and that mask is over our nose, mouth, and chin at all times. If you would like to get in touch with me, you can easily email me at Edward, EDWARD _Owens, OWENS, at DeKalbSchoolsGA.org. That is the best way to get in contact with me. You can also call me or text me at 678-806-6215. And my office hours are on Mondays from 1:25 to 2 p.m.
Welcome to the music class. I am Mr. Gamble, your music teacher. This is going to be a great year, and we hope you enjoy learning and discovering the world of music. This is the music class schedule. Look on the schedule, find your grade level, find your teacher's name, and you'll find your music class. Welcome to music. In the music class this year, we will be covering in the music class Introductory to Music, Rhythm and Movement, Beats, Classroom Instruments, and Connections to Music Appreciation. Welcome to the world of music. The classroom expectations in person. I will always treat myself and others with respect. I will follow all directions the first time they're given. I will raise my hand and quietly wait to be recognized. I will stop and be quiet on the hand signal. Classroom expectations in person. In the music class. Welcome to music. In the music class, we have expectations. Be on time, log in, timely, be prepared, be quiet in your location, have your Chromebook charged up, no distractions, mute yourself, mute your microphone unless you're called on to unmute it, be presentable, your camera should be off unless you're asked to turn it on, and when you have it turned on, make sure you're wearing appropriate material or clothing. Sit up straight and look into the camera so we can see you. Chat responsibly. Raise your hand to speak. If you have permission or direction to type in the chat box, type your question in the chat box and be patient and wait until response is given. Participate. Stay focused. Ask questions. Give answers. Listen with your eyes, ears, and body. Stay focused. These are the expectations in the music class. You can access Launchpad and find many of the resources that will be used from time to time in the music class. Look on Launchpad and you'll find a variety of resources. This is the grading protocol for this year, which is inclusive of the formative and diagnostic assessments, the assessment task, classwork, and assessment of learning. This is a grading protocol for this school year. If you need to get in touch with Mr. Gamble, these are the ways to get in touch with me. You can reach me through Verge, send a message by clicking on the message button in Verge. The button is located at the top right corner next to your name. Or you can email me at the email address printed on this slide. Or you can call me on Google Voice number 770-731-8178. These are the ways to get in contact with Mr. Gamble, and I'll be more than happy to respond back to you as soon as possible with your concerns.
If you have any questions, please feel free to contact either one of us, and we will do our best to get back with you as soon as possible via email, Class Dojo, or all of our different methods of communication. All right, thoroughbreds and family, let's have a wonderful year. We look forward to all the greatness that we're going to achieve as we move full steam ahead.